boys and girls. Welcome to Grandma Nancy. Today we are going to make some origami stars, just like this. It's going to be very fun. If you have not picked up your kit from the library, please have your parents do that, and then you'll have it at home. What we're going to do is make 8 of this shape. 8 different, I call it the kite shape. Your kit is small this time. We'll open it up and see what we have in here. And here we go. We have 8 different color sheets, okay? I don't know if you can see my hand through that. You might not be able to from where you are, but if you put it close to yourself and put your hand behind it, you can see your hand. The paper is translucent. That means you can see through it even though it has color. So these starbursts look very beautiful on the wall. I have them on my windows at home because when you put it on the window, the sun shines through it and they look gorgeous. So we'll wait till you finish it, but you might want to do that. You have 8 different colors. We're gonna make a rainbow starburst, okay? The paper is origami paper, but if you've done origami before, it's a little bit different. It's called kite origami paper. So that's what I have here. And origami, if you've never done it before, it is an ancient Japanese art where paper is folded. The word origami means literally folding paper. And it's centuries old, probably 4,000 years old. But it didn't come to the United States until the 1600s. And at that time, not a lot of people did it. It kind of gained popularity in the 1960s. And so that's when people started doing a lot of origami. You can buy origami paper for a very reasonable price at any craft store, you know, online. A lot of bookstores have origami books you can get with the directions that are usually very clear. So it seems like it will be a complicated project, but it really isn't that complicated. There's some very basic folds, and once you get to learn how to fold the paper, you just do 8 the same way. We'll do 8 of them, and then we'll put them to the side, and then we will put them together. Okay, so once you get your, I guess the first thing I would do, and it doesn't matter and you can change your mind, but it's just kind of fun to look at the colors. I would just lay my colors out and see what order maybe you would want to do. And again, you can change the order, but it's fun to look at your beautiful colored paper before we start folding. And I also want to say, this paper is very forgiving. That means if you make a misfold, we'll just reverse fold it and you won't even be able to tell. In fact, this one right here, I found a big bin of kite paper at my house that was squished up. It was all squished up and it wasn't cut in small pieces. So I tried to get the wrinkles out with my hand like that, and I cut squares. You can't even tell really, but there's lots of squishy folds in that. So if you misfold, we're not gonna worry, okay? So one more thing that comes is a glue stick, because then we will be gluing our pieces together. And I'll talk about that when we do the gluing, but we don't use a lot of glue because it'll mess up our paper a little bit. We'll just use a little dot. And then we glue them all together around in a circular form and we get our starburst, okay? Are you ready? It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, welcome back. I hope you're ready to start folding. I have all my papers lined up, and when I was lining them up, I actually counted. We have 10 and not 8. So if you really make a mistake, you can use a clean piece, or you can also do other things with your remaining pieces. This is what the shape looks like that we're going to use, and I call it a kite shape. You can see it's in the shape of a kite. I'm just going to unfold it so you can see that we're making several folds, but they also repeat themselves, which makes it easier. You're going to learn about maybe 4 different folds. So this is what we want. We want 8 of these. And again, the paper is really forgiving. If you make a mistake, we'll just unfold it and then start again. I'm going to go slowly when I fold my first couple of pieces. Once you learn how to do the folds, it's so easy. But it takes a minute to learn that. I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to match up the 2 edges and fold it this way. It's a hot dog fold. And then I crease it. I crease it with my finger. I don't have much for fingernails, but if you have a fingernail, you can run that across. We want a nice crease. I don't expect everything to be perfect, of course, but the closer you can line things up, actually, the nicer your kite shape will be, and the better lined up your whole piece will be. Now I open it up, and I put it going this way. So my fold line is going up. And I'm gonna fold it the hot dog way, only a different way. And there we go. And I'm gonna crease it. Okay. And open it up again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect squares. So take a look at yours. Again, if you made a misfold, all you would do is reverse fold. That just means fold it the other direction, and it'll help get that fold out a little bit, and then you can refold it. Mine sticks on the table a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna face it like this. I think it's helpful when I turn my paper to work. So you're welcome to turn your paper. I wanna have a corner. Any corner is okay. And again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. So we're gonna do 4 folds that are exactly the same. So just watch me. I kind of keep my finger down here so it doesn't fold in. I take my corner, I'm gonna match it right here where my finger is, where the corners of the 4 squares meet in the middle. And I'm just gonna very gently, I wanna make sure it's matched up before I push down. Remember, I'm gonna try to get some pretty nicely lined up things. It's perfect. So I'm going to, this is really sticking there. Now I'm gonna turn it this way, and I have another corner right in front of me. My body's right over here. So I have another corner right in front of me. And I'm gonna gently fold it in, and I'm gonna crease it. Then I'm gonna go this way. I have folded in 2. See that? 2 left to fold. I get my corner, I fold it in, and I crease it. Okay? Looks like an envelope, doesn't it? I'm gonna go this way. This is pointing to my body. I bring the corner in, it's my last corner, and I crease it. Okay, so now I have 4 triangles put together, meeting in the center, and they make a nice square. Okay, our last two folds are the hardest, but they're not that hard. It just seems hard. I'm gonna turn my paper this way. I want a corner facing me. And again, because this is a square, you can actually turn your paper anyway. Just have a corner facing you. This corner I'm gonna pick up. Now this is gonna be tricky. This, where they meet, makes kind of a line. Do you see that line? And I'm going to take this corner and I'm gonna fold everything in, but I'm gonna stop right at that line and crease it. I stopped right at that line and creased it. So it doesn't come all the way up here. Do you see that? Let me do that again. This is my corner facing me. Keep this stuff down if I can a little bit. I'm gonna fold this in so it meets that center line, okay? Do you see that? That's what's gonna make the kite form. Now I'm turning it. I wanna go to the corner that's opposite. So I turn it this way. I'm gonna do the same thing. This fold is gonna stop right at the line, and I'm gonna crease it. And there I have my kite shape. Okay? If you had trouble, especially with those last two folds, we're gonna do another one nice and slowly. And I'm gonna put that to the side. I think I'll do a yellow one now. I start with my yellow paper. I fold. It's always, these two folds are pretty easy, so I always think it's the easiest to get a really perfect fold, and that helps as we go, doesn't it? Okay, so I have that folded, and I open it up. Some people think they can just fold again, which would be true, except for you don't get those nice lines. And when those nice lines are creased really well, the folding we do next goes a lot smoother. So I do want you to open it up and go the other direction. Don't try to do a shortcut with this. And then I crease it. Okay. I feel good about it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. A corner is facing me. That corner is facing my body. And I'm gonna fold it so the corner meets in the center. Fold it so the corner meets in the center. Then I'm gonna turn it. A corner is facing me. I'm gonna fold it so it meets in the center. Nice crease. A corner is facing me. Fold it. Crease it. I have one left. I'll turn it again. Pick that up. Fold it. And crease it. And there I have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles making a square. I'm gonna put this corner to me. Remember, it doesn't matter what corner. And I'm gonna fold it, but I'm gonna stop this edge right at that middle line. So I'm just folding it to the middle line, and then I'm creasing it. I just took it in, folded it to the middle line and not beyond. And then I have a little triangle right there. These are very geometric. Okay, now I'm gonna turn my paper. The opposite corner is facing me. And then I'm gonna very gently, I like to make sure, it gets a little tricky to line up, but if I can line it up the best I can, that's all that matters. And I crease it. Now I have another triangle, okay? I wish I were there with you to see how you're doing, but I'm assuming a lot of you are getting it. I have 3 done. You have 2 done. So we'll do another one here together. A nice square. Very carefully. Bring it up. This project, to me anyway, is very, very relaxing. It's very relaxing, and you get such a nice art piece when you're done. But it's one of those things where you don't want to hurry. So if I am going a little bit too quickly, you can pause the video, or maybe you have a adult with you that can help you a little bit. I have my 4 squares. I turn it. I have this triangle meeting my body. Very carefully, I'm going to get that corner into the middle. Very carefully, I'm going to get that corner into the middle. And notice how I turn it every time, because it really, when things are lined up, it's so much easier to get nice folds. And then you turn it again. All right, there I have a nice square, right, with my 4 little flap triangles. Now, if you remember, I turn it again, and I take this corner, I'm gonna fold it in, and it's gonna match the line that goes down. It's gotta match the line, okay? Then I take the reverse corner, so I'm turning it pretty much, probably 180 degrees, right? Okay, so now I'm folding this in, and I match this fold line, the line in the middle, okay? And there I have another kite, okay? You can see this one, I didn't get it quite folded all the way, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it because it's gonna be fine. It just doesn't have as sharp of a point as some of them. Now, if there's a section that you find a little more difficult, maybe those last 2 folds, you can rewind and watch me do that slowly. Okay, I'm going to fold it in, crease. Open it up, fold it in, crease. Open it up, take the corner, match it in the center. Turn my paper, take the corner, match it in the center. Turn it, take the corner, match it in the center. Turn it, take the corner, match it in the center. Okay, now take this corner, I'm gonna fold it until it hits that center line, and then I'm going to crease it. I'm gonna turn it, take this corner, match it with the other one right in the center, and crease it. There we go. Okay, the next one I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna fold, but I'm not going to talk, okay? So maybe some people would like it where I just fold and I don't talk. So that's what I'm gonna do this time. You know how hard that was for me not to talk? I like to talk, that was hard. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do a count of mine. I'll see how many I have. I think you might be one behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I came here with one done, so I have 6. You probably have 5. So I'm getting to my last colors. What do we want to use? I don't have an orange, and I really like the white. So I'm gonna do 2 more. I won't talk this one. I'll talk the last one, okay? All right, here I go. Orange is pretty, isn't it? Okay, one more. I get to talk this one, okay? Here we go. I'm gonna fold it, match the side. See, this has a little bit of a fold in it. It's not a big deal. This paper is very, very forgiving. Okay, open it again. Now I have my 4 squares. I'm gonna have this corner point to my body, and I'm just gonna fold it in, match the middle. Turn my paper, fold it in, match the middle. Turn my paper, fold it in, match the middle. Turn my paper, fold it in, match the middle. There we go. Now I want to have this corner. Remember, I fold that in, but it's just going to match the line. You want the fold line, the little corner, to just match that middle line. You don't fold all the way across. And then I turn my paper and I take this corner and I want the fold line to match the paper. And there I have it. I'm gonna lay them out in the order that I want to put them. That you gotta, it actually doesn't matter, but it's kind of fun to make some decisions. It doesn't matter because you know this is all totally gorgeous when it's done. So I kind of like this. Let's make sure I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do have 8. So I'm ready to start gluing. If you need a minute to finish your 8 and make sure they're nicely folded, you can go ahead and just pause it here, but I'm gonna start gluing. Now you're gonna wanna make sure we've worked so hard folding these that you wanna make sure when we're gluing them with the glue stick that you're really following, because it's gonna make a difference. It's gonna make a difference. We also wanna line up lines now with the gluing. So I'm gonna start with 2. And this part right here we're just gonna put the other one on top of it. These points have to match up. So you have to match two things. You have to match points or corners, and you also have to match the line. The point, the line have to match. So say that with me. The point and the lines have to match. So you'll be matching an edge with a fold and the point with the point. And that you want to make sure you get as correctly as possible, because if you get it off here, your starburst won't be totally symmetrical and even like we want it. Okay, so you don't need a lot of glue because this paper is really, really light. And if we get too much glue where we're not matching pieces, like on the outside, it'll show. So I just go 1, 2, and it seems like it's not even on there, but it is. Points, match, lines, match, press. Points match, lines match, press. And you just rub it down. Okay. I don't have any glue showing, so I'm happy about that. Now, I'm going to work on this right-hand side. So I'm going to turn it like this. 1, 2. And I'm going to take another one. Points, lines, match, press. Okay, you see it taking form, right? All right, working on the right hand side there. And I'm gonna go 1, 2. Points, lines, match, press and rub. There we go. Oh, look at it. It's really taking form now, isn't it? Okay. What color am I using next? I'm going to use yellow, I think. 1, 2. Don't be tempted to rub more glue on there. Just 1, 2. One might even do it. The point, the line matched, right? Okay, working here. 1, 2. And you can see how I turn so I get the best view of what I'm doing. Points, lines, match, press. Point, line, press. Nice. Okay, let's see. This beautiful pink will go next. 1, 2. The point, the lines match, and press. Okay, now I'm on my last one, and that one is going to be a little different. I'm not putting any glue on right now because I want to show you how it works. Points, lines match, but that leaves that green back there, right? I'm going to still match my points and my lines, but I'm going to bring the first one out on top of the last one. Okay, does that make sense? We'll try that again. I'm on my last one. I'm going to match the point and the line. Match the point and the line. But my first one has to be pulled out gently and come on top. Okay? So, 1, 2. And notice how I'm kind of pulling that first one back so I remember that I have to put it down. Points, lines, match. I pulled it out a little bit. Now I put 1, 2 on the blue one. I pulled it out a little bit so I remember where its position has to go. And this got a little bit off, so I'm just going to try to adjust it a little bit. And see, that's why it's good to have only a little bit of glue. This one gets a little trickier to line up because you want to line up the first one with the last one right on that line. And then I just press the whole thing. There we go. Now I will show you one more thing that you can do, but you don't have to. Back here you have these little flips. If you want to, you could just put one dot of glue. One dot of glue. It makes it easier for hanging, but really don't over glue. One dot and push down. One dot and push down. And I'm just turning it as I do this. You don't have to do it. You can tell where they flip up. Where they flip up on the last fold there, that's what you want to just do. One little dot so it sticks together. And there we have a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous starburst. And you can hang this any way you want. That's what I think is so fun about it. You know, maybe the green and the blue are at the top. Maybe the orange and the yellow. It doesn't matter. Also, I've hung them from the ceiling like that, which is kind of fun. You just punch a hole and have an adult help you hang them from the ceiling. I hope you had a good time. With your extras, you might want to just practice some different folds. You can actually probably go online and see some simple origami folding and maybe make a couple of different things with this. I hope you enjoyed it today. And there we go.